Hello students, namaste. Today we are going to discuss about the subject English and in grade 8. Now we begin Unit 1. Dear students, I think you can guess what we are going to deal today. So far I believe that you can guess because you have already started the lesson where you were studying. Anyway, please look at the slide. Are you ready for guessing? Okay, so in the slide you please check out these words. What are these words? Please find out what is their functions, just like here is in, at, on, behind, their preposition, right? And there is a, and, the, because, and these three are articles and here is connectives. If, so, who, which, they are again connectives or clause, just like if is here, if it is used in if clause. Isn't it, don't you, whom, Ram, Raju, eat, at, eating. Those words, from those words, can you guess what is the title of today's topic is? Oh, okay. Please again check out next slide. So, here there are some of the sentences I collected from your textbook. Because of these sentences, I think you can easily guess out the today's topic. So, let me see and recite it. I had heard the Ghalegaon was a really beautiful place for homestay. What do you think about? I think you also think that Ghalegaon is really beautiful place for homestay. Several tourists visit there, right? My parents made a plan to take me to the place for 5 days during my vacation. My first visit to Ghalegaon made a lasting impressions on me. Can you guess the topic of today's discussion? Till 8. Again, let's go further. I reached there passing many hills through green countryside. However, this sentence doesn't have any kinds of things what we are going to discuss about that, but it is taken for the reference only. Similarly, the beautiful scenery on the way pleased me. Can you guess the today's topic because of these sentences? I think so you are coming to the point, right? Let's again further go to the next slide. Are you ready? Yes. Again, please guess. A man from a village who was spending a month in Kathmandu. You check out the words which we displayed in the first slide, how they are used, which words are used. One day he went to stay in a hotel at Tamil, a nice place in Kathmandu city, in the city. He went out to look around, but the man did not return to the hotel. He disappeared. The policemen were called in, but they could not find the missing tourist. 2 weeks later, the man walked into the police station at Hanumandoka. He said he had got lost while walking around the town. He had also forgotten the name of the hotel. So can you guess the topic today we are going to discuss? Oh, I think you do have ample of example and display illustration. Here, check out the word a village. A month in Kathmandu, in a hotel at Tamil, a nice place in the city. Similarly, the man did not return to the hotel. He disappeared. The police were. Similarly, you can check out the missing tourist. Later, the man walked into the police station. In the same way, you see several gestures, hints. Now, I believe that you guessed. Please tell me. Oh, yes, you are right. You think and you tell that is today's topic is. Yes, you are right. Today's topic is article. So we are going to discuss about article. Yes, dear students, you know that there are two types of articles. You have been studying for those things for number of years, and articles are categorized into two parts. They are indefinite articles and definite articles. We know that a and an are indefinite articles and the is definite articles. Let's see further. So today the objectives of this lesson is, by the end of these lessons the students will be able to, we do have some assumptions already, we have already postulated, or we have already doctrined, we already fathom some things, we have already something that in our mind what our students they will be getting at the end of this, by the end of this class, by the end of this lesson. So these are the objectives. Now please check out what you will be getting. Use the indefinite article a and in the appropriate position. Similarly, use the definite article the where this is necessary, and tell where articles are not used. Sometimes you have to understand that where articles are not used. Yes, it is very easy to pinpoint where article is used after you get the demonstration, but sometimes it might be difficult for you that where you should not use the articles. So it is sometimes difficult for the beginners or for the peoples like you who are studying in grade 8, in the foundations level, in the higher foundation level, higher class of the foundation level. But we guess that you will be getting ample enough informations about those things. So that's why these objectives are to be fulfilled. So is it clear, dear students? Yes, so far I know that you are understanding. So let's go further. So tell where the articles are not used, we discuss, and where the articles are used, which articles are used, either the definite article a, the, or indefinite article a or an. So these all things we will be discussing very effectively in the upcoming slides. Are you ready? Yes, okay. So let's see. There are two cases, the singular and the plurals, and as for example of singular as well as the plural, you can get some specific situation, just like some specific situations or some general situation. So they are mentioned here in general situation and in specific situation. General situations means that is not completely fixed, it is not confirmed. Just like either which article you use, either a or an, anyone that you don't know which one is accurate there. In that case, we will be talking about in the general patterns for a singular subject or the plural as well. So in the specific one, we are certain. That means we know which article is used. That is definite article. What is that? That is the. You are right. So let's see. In the singular countable noun, we use either a or an. As for example, I gave a pen to my friend. I gave a pen to my friend. Here a pen. This is singular countable noun, right? That's why o is used, because in pen the p sound is consonant. You have to understand about that. So before consonant sound, if the word has the consonant sound at the beginnings of this word, that's why in that case we use a article. But in the other case, you can see the next example, I eat an apple in a day. Here in the word apple, the first sound of the word apple is vowel, apple. That's why we use an article before the vowel sound. That means in the word apple, the initial sound is vowel. So that is why you can also guess out that A is A, E, I, O, U. They are vowel alphabet. But not only vowel alphabet, we can sometimes see the pronunciation of the word. And we also know that apple is countable and singular noun. That's because of countable and singular noun, it is going to get the article N with the reason of its pronunciation of the initial sound, that is A. That's why I eat an apple in a day. That is general situation. So in the same way, in the specific case, we can use the article in case of singular count noun. As for example, that means count noun means countable noun. So just like you can see the example, pass me the pencil that you are holding. That you are holding. I need the pencil that you are holding, not other. So it is a specific one. That's why in case of the specific situation, specific case, we have to use definite article. The pencil, not other pencil, the pencil you are holding. I need that. That's why this is specific. So we have to understand in that way. So for the case of plural, where the subject, where the noun could be two or more, it indicates about two or more than two. So in that case, we see the case could be different in countable noun or in non-countable noun also. Just like, let's see one example. I gave pens to my friends. Pens, yes, there are pens. That means they are countable, but they are plural. That's why we are not using any kind of any article. So this symbol null is used. That means there is no article is used. This symbol null. This is the null symbol. Dear students, please mark it. You have to write it in the examination where there is no article is inserted in the caps. So similarly, I have money in my wallet. Money is uncountable noun. So we also don't use any article in this case. But in case of a specific situation, the article could be used for the plural countable noun or non-countable noun as well. Just like, as for example, pass me the pencils that you are holding. Pass me the pencil that you are holding. That is not other pencil. I don't need the pencil from other desk or other corner. The pencil that you are holding. Either they are pencils, no problem. Because we are dealing about plural, yes, in the plural case, where the nouns are in the case of the plurals. That's why the pencil, we have to specify the particular one. So similarly, I brought the money that I owed you. I brought the money. Money is uncountable, but here we can use the, because it is appropriately used here, the, because of that I owed you, it is indicated. So dear students, I guess that you understand a lot of things about this illustration. Do you have any problem? Oh yes, no, thank you. Can I go ahead? Yes, thank you. So now let's discuss again for the use of a and or where article is not used. We use this symbol with the general nouns. In case of general nouns, now we are going to discuss about the case of general situation. Now can you see the slide? Yes, well. What is general or indefinite noun? We can give some example. That is indefinite, that is not fixed. It is general, it is common, it is not specific. We don't have particular information about that so far. So this is general noun. Just like you can see meal. Meal could be any meal, you know. It could be at in morning, at in day, at in evening, or any kind of meal. That is just given information. That is just a general noun, just like we say meal. Now let's see some further example and illustration. Are you ready? So I am hungry. This is the situation. I am hungry. I want a meal. Why a article is used? Can you see a meal right now? No, we don't have any meal right now. So we can get the perceptions about the general situation, general condition. Condition is that I am hungry, I want a meal. So this is general noun and it starts with the consonant letter M, right? So meal, the pronunciations of meal with starting with mo, m, meal, meal. So this is consonant letter and it does have consonant sound as well in the initial position. So it is countable as well. That's why o article is used. Can you see a meal right now? It is a general situation. No, you are not getting, right? You are not getting, you don't see any meal right now. So you take the perceptions for this. So that is why, because of this sentence, these sentences, you understand about the general patterns, general nouns where article A is used. Shall you go next? Yes. Thank you. That is why it's a meal, not an meal or the meal. We understand that. I don't have a specific meal in my mind. This is the general situation. That's why we use a article. Is it clear, students? Yes, sure. And I can't see it because we don't have meal here and you can't see it. We don't know which meal I am talking about. It could be any meal. Any meal, that's why it is the general case. It is not specific. So in the general situation, we use article A when before a noun which is countable, then singular, as well as it does have consonant sound at the beginnings of the word. So these are some of the important clues for you to use article A. Shall we go for the next? Oh yes, thank you. So some specific case, let's see. Use the article with the specific noun. That means they are fixed. They are fixed means we don't see other one except that we point out. So let's see some of the situation. So what is a specific or definite noun? We already discussed about that. We already pointed about that. Because specific means definite, that means fixed, that is particular, not other than the specific one, not other than the things which we point. So let's see example. This is the situation. Just take out the situation. The head teacher gives a red pen to a student. The name of the student is Urmila. This is the just situation. The head teacher gives a red pen to his student Urmila. So here you can check out how the articles are used. The head teacher gives. Head teacher is the specific noun here. Gives a red pen to a student Urmila. So again in this situation, how we are going to illustrate about for the use of the article, let me display here. Can you pass me the red pen? The head teacher asks. First he gives the pen to the student and then only he asks, can you pass me the red pen? That red pen which he gives to the student, which he has given. In that situation we can say, can everyone see the red pen? Yes, because it is particularly conspicuously it is displayed because the pen is given to a student and later on only the head teacher is again asking the pen. That's why can you pass me the red pen? We can say red pen, not other pen, not green, not white or not blue one, only red pen that he was given. Here he just created the situation. The head teacher gives a red pen to a student, Urmila. Later on he asks to her, can you pass me the red pen? That is the particular pen. That is the specific one. Because everyone can see the pen. That's why it is the red pen, because it is specific. So in the specific situation, we use article the, definite article. So shall we go next? Oh yes. Thank you. That's why I know which pen it is, we can say, because that was particular. I can see it and you can also see it. I am talking about only this one specific pen, not other one, and we all know which pen I am talking about. That particular one. This is the clarifications for the use of the article in this case. So let's see some more illustration. Use an before words that begin with a vowel. That means I am indicating here vowel alphabet A, E, I, O, U. But we can use a before words that begin with a consonant. We already discussed these things here as well. We already discussed these things in our previous slides here too. But again, let's see some more situations here as well. So that is why an is used before the words that begin with a vowel. That means A, E, I, O, U. Or you can find out the pronunciation also of that word. And A is used before words that begin with a consonant, letter or consonant sound sometimes, or both too. Let's see the example. Words that begin with a, u or ats take an if the noun begins with a vowel sound. I discussed previously here, just like umbrella. Here the word umbrella is started with the letter alphabet U, but its pronunciation a, umbrella, umbrella. A is a vowel pronunciation, so the letter is also a vowel alphabet, but we basically determine article in this case because of the pronunciations of the first syllable of the word, an umbrella. Similar, because here H, O-U-R, H is silent here. It is not how, it is our. How we pronounce it? Our, just like O-U-R, our. It is not our. That's why an article is used, because H is completely silent. It is our. That's why an hour. That's why, because of the pronunciations of the word, sometimes the word might be starting with the consonant letter. It doesn't matter, but we have to think about its pronunciation. That's why an hour is used. In the same way, a is used if the noun begins with a consonant sound. That means a university. You check out. Here, U-M-B-R-E-L-L-A, umbrella. U begins for a, but here university, U is for U, like Y-O-U. U, it is the consonant sound. That's why we say a university. Similarly, we say a house. H is completely pronounced here. It is not like our, where H is completely not pronounced. It is not pronounced, but here H is pronounced in case of house. So a house. So we distinguish that when there is pronunciation, either the letter start, either the noun start with the consonant, or if its sound pronunciation is a vowel, we can use an article in case of an hour. But if the letter starts with the vowel alphabet, as like in university U is vowel, but its pronunciation is not a vowel one, it is consonant as U, Y, O, U, ya. It is start with ya. Ya is consonant sound, right? So dear student, did you understand? Well, yes, you understood. Let's go further. So we use the articles when there is only one case. If something is particular only one, something is only one at all, not other than one. So in that case we can use the article. Let's see. Example, the sun, you know, the sun, the moon, the earth. Here it is said the because earth, it starts with the vowel sound earth, whereas it is moon, sun. That's why in the consonant sound we use the, but whereas in the vowel, in case of vowel, the starting sound is vowel of the word, so we say the earth, we don't say the earth. So these all celestial bodies, the planet and sun and moon and the earth, these are heavenly bodies, right? So they are single as well. So we use the article in that case. But the library, not other, we talk about the library. We don't point about other things, just it is fixed one. We can say the bank, we can say the door, we can say the whiteboard, or we can say the desk where the teacher is sitting, or something like that. They are definite, but these are the case where there is particularly only one case is available. In that case we can use the article, right? Okay, shall we go ahead? Sure. So use the article when it's the second mentions of the noun, second time when it is mentioned. Just like you can see, even though we still can't see it, we know which one the speaker is talking about because it has been introduced already, right? As for example, we can see, just like I read a book last night. The book was so boring, that's why I fell asleep. The book, it is the repetition. The book is repetition. I read a book, here is a book, any book, that means it is not the specific case, but in the second case it becomes a specific one because it is second time repeated. The book is repeated here. That's why I read a book last night. The book was so boring, that's why I fell asleep. Because of the repetitions of the book, we can use the article here. So the article is used when the noun has an adjective clause or phrase that changes it also. Let's see the situation. That means it gives some additional evidence that illustrates the noun. That means it makes it clear which noun we are mentioning to, referring to. For example, we can see the dog that follows me school every day is indeed faithful. Here see, that follows me school every day. This is the extra or additional evidences. Because of that, we use the article. So sometimes we cannot use article also. Let's talk about the omissions of article. Before uncountable nouns, we don't use articles such as honey is sweet, sugar is bad for your health, virtue is its own reward. It is not necessary to use article in such a case. Similarly, let's see, we don't use article before plural countable noun that we already hinted and discussed, such as in example we can say children usually rush about. We don't say the children here. Similarly, computers are useful machine. We don't say the computers are useful machine. However, the nouns are plural. We can't say the because these are countable nouns. We can omit articles here. We don't use any article at all. And before the proper nouns, we also don't use article, just like for the example, Nepal is a democratic country, Thimphu is the capital of Bhutan, and but exception we can say the US, the UK, the Karnali River, the Maldives, etc. for very reputed country of the world. Okay. And similarly, we don't use any article before the names of meal. We do not use. In case of example, my sister is cooking lunch, dinner is ready to serve. Exception we can see that I had a late dinner yesterday. Because of late, we use a article here. The lunch we had at restaurants was not tasty. These are the exceptions. Before school, college, university, church, bed, hospital and prison, we don't use any article. Let's see the example. For the example, we can see his wife is still in hospital, they learn French at schools, my mother is at university. But we can use the article in case of reference of those building only, just like she met me at the church. Church is here building. Similarly, we went to the hospital to see our sick neighbor. Here hospital is taken as a reference of building. Okay, in that case we can use the article. Similarly, we understood a lot of things about that and we discussed much more about. I think you can easily practice those things, those illustrations. So put a, an or the article where there is necessary. I am going out for something blank space, an or the. What do you use? Oh, you are right. Similarly, have you had blank space dinner at? What do you use? Which one? Which article you use? Oh, you are right. That is, there is no article. So similarly, blank space, the sun or an sun or a sun, what do you use? Sun was moving down. Definitely it is singular. So it is must have an highest heavenly body. So we use as a in case of the sun, we have to use the sun because it is one singular. And she met in blank space police at the station. The is used. Okay. So Everest is the highest peak in the world. You are right. So can you do this all? So let's think about that. Please practice this. Oh yes. You can see yesterday I brought a newspaper and what could be the answer? Oh, you are right. It could be magazine. And you check out newspaper, it is repetition. In case of repetition, we can use the newspaper was in my bag and the magazine, again magazine is repeated, was in my pocket. We will have dinner in, what could be the answer? Or, and, or the. Oh, you are right. Yes. A very nice restaurant. Okay. Would you like a, and, or the? Banana, what do you say? Please think about that. They live in a, and, or the small old house. There is, what article do you use here? Beautiful garden behind house. Okay, please think about. And for number 5, that is blank space, man in the red shirt is my brother. Please think about these 3 questions for the some minute. Okay, let's discuss the answer key. Because we already recited first and second. For the third, would you like a banana? That's because this is singular, countable, and it starts with the consonant sound too. That's why here a article is used. They live in a small old house. There is a beautiful garden behind the house. House is repeated, that's what the article is used. The man in the red shirt is my brother. That is a specific one. So dear students, we discuss maths. I think you have understood much more about the definite article and indefinite articles and their use where articles are not used. Till that time you will be studying, you will be discussing with your friends, and I would like to request to the dear teachers also, please demonstrate all kinds of the rules to the students, and sometimes you can just display some newspaper and ask your students to find out the appropriate use of the words, appropriate use of the definite or indefinite articles, and they can mention the rules as well. So these are the illustrations for today's case. My dear students, you understood. Until that time you will be acknowledging some more informations at your home too. Please stay safe and bye bye. See you next.